If I were to fight Jake Paul, I would take it completely seriously like a real fight, and I'd whoop his ass, I'd beat him.
I don't think he ever gets into the ring and risks his alpha male appearance.
Jake Paul is finally stepping into the ring with Andrei Tate, and the internet has just found its next big obsession. For weeks, it seemed like Jake was dodging Tate as if unscripted punches were his kryptonite. But now, surprise, an enormous pile of cash has worked its magic. Shocking, right?
After we seen them square off for the first time, the internet blew up. Everyone was talking about this fight. But why? So we've got Andrei Tate, who's the most spoke about man in the world right now. He is absolutely everywhere. Then we've got this guy, Jake Paul, who is making massive moves in the boxing scene. And he is one of the most famous people in the world right now as well.
Meanwhile, Andrei Tate has been hyping this as a real boxing match, with fans eager to see if Jake will finally face a legitimate fighter. Is this Jake's redemption arc or the reality check he didn't see coming? Stay tuned, this one's bound to be wild.
That's where Andrei Tate steps in with that long lead hook, and it's a good shot. There it's again, that long lead hook. He hurts the guy, blasts him to the body.
Andrei Tate, the self-proclaimed king of masculinity, has officially challenged Jake Paul, the problem child who turned YouTube fame into boxing mayhem. Tate didn't just call him out, he roasted him in front of a global audience. On November 17, 2024, during a live stream, Tate made it personal, declaring Jake Paul has never faced a fight that wasn't carefully controlled. This will be different. He delivered the challenge with the swagger of someone who spent years perfecting the art of putting down anyone who dares to cross him.
I actually quite like Jake, and I think he trains really hard.
Yeah.
And I think he's dedicated to the sport, and he's seriously actually a boxer. I don't think he's a YouTuber, I think he's a boxer.
Naturally, Jake Paul wasted no time accepting the challenge. Less than 24 hours later, he fired back with a response dripping with classic Jake Paul energy. Tate can't survive this match. He's only doing it for the money. The irony of a YouTuber turned boxer accusing someone else of chasing cash wasn't lost on anyone. This isn't just another fight, it's a clash of egos, brands, and bank accounts. A showdown between two men convinced they're unstoppable. For better or worse, the world can't look away. Here's what makes this the most talked about event of 2025.
If you want to fight and you want to send a contract, send one to me. I will take a few weeks break from living my retired life to kick the living fuck out of a goofy, entitled dickhead like you. You know my name, Andrei Tate. Google it if you want to know more. Any day, anytime.
Let's get one thing straight. Both Andrei Tate and Jake Paul are already swimming in cash. Jake, the self-proclaimed problem child, boasts an estimated net worth of $300 million, thanks to his YouTube antics, social media empire, and his controversial yet lucrative boxing career. Meanwhile, Andrei Tate reportedly sits on a $400 million fortune built on his kickboxing success, online hustling programs, and an endless stream of controversies. The man has practically turned being unlikable into a highly profitable business model.
Logan's got to see it.
Andrei Tate will not fight Jake, and if he does, it'd be a money play. He's going to get his ass
So much money.
He's going to get his ass kicked, and the top G facade will finally be.
When Jake accused Tate of fighting for money, Tate predictably fired back. I don't fight for money. This is personal, he insisted. Sure, Andrew, we totally believe you. It's definitely not about the $100 million in projected pay-per-view revenue or the opportunity to sell more overpriced self-help courses to your devoted followers. Definitely not. On paper, Andrei Tate seems to have the upper hand, with a professional kickboxing record of 76 wins and only 9 losses. He's not just all talk, he's been in the trenches. Known for his knockout power and psychological mind games, Tate has spent years intimidating opponents before they even step into the ring. If combat sports were a chess match, Tate would be the guy flipping the board while delivering a smug lecture about how inferior you are.
Come on, fight! 20 seconds. Come on, 20 seconds to walk. Let's go. Come on, work. Work. 10 seconds. Work.
Jake Paul, on the other hand, boasts an 8-0 record in his celebrity boxing career. Impressive, right? Well, only if you ignore that most of his opponents have been retired athletes, former MMA fighters, or fellow internet personalities, most likely signing up for the paycheck rather than the glory. Critics love labeling Jake a fake fighter, and this match is his golden chance to silence them or prove them right. If he loses, let's just say Twitter will have an absolute field day. Of course, no big fight would be complete without some pre-match trash talk. Andrei Tate has already started swinging, verbally for now. He dismissed Jake as a boy pretending to be a fighter *, which, let's be honest, sounds like a line Tate probably rehearses in the mirror. Not one to shy away from a verbal sparring match, Jake fired back with his own zinger. * Tate is all talk. I'll shut him down in the ring. *.
All you've got left is somebody like me. He'd mentioned me before, and there'll be people out there saying, oh, Carl Froch's talking about himself, he's after a payday. Listen, I'm not after a payday. I'm doing all right. There's no problems with my finances.
This back and forth isn't just entertainment, it's strategy. Andrei Tate is a master of psychological warfare, using every opportunity to get under his opponent's skin. Jake Paul, however, thrives on being underestimated. His entire boxing career has been built on proving people wrong, so counting him out might be a mistake. Both fighters are taking their training seriously. Tate has reportedly ramped up his preparation with elite boxing coaches, focusing on converting his kickboxing skills into a pure boxing style. For someone who spent years relying on kicks, knees, and elbows, it's a significant adjustment. But if there's one thing Tate loves more than his Bugatti collection, it's proving his doubters wrong. Jake Paul, meanwhile, is sticking with his trusted team led by coach BJ Flores. Insiders reveal he's doubling down on endurance drills to prepare for Tate's knockout power. Jake knows he's not the most experienced fighter, but he's a workhorse in training, earning grudging respect even from some of his harshest critics. For Jake, this fight is about more than just winning, it's about respect. Despite his success, many still see him as a YouTuber who got lucky. Beating Andrei Tate would be his ultimate moment, silencing the doubters once and for all. But if he loses, poof, a loss to Tate would be a PR nightmare. Jake's brand is built on being the underdog who always comes out on top. Losing would shatter that narrative, and the memes alone would be brutal. For Andrei Tate, this fight is about legacy. He's made it clear he views celebrity boxing as a joke, and he's determined to restore honor to combat sports. A win would cement him as a versatile fighter capable of dominating across disciplines. But let's not kid ourselves, Tate has just as much to lose. If he's defeated by a guy who started his career filming prank videos, his credibility and his massive ego will take a serious hit.
The best boxer on the planet is
Jake Paul.
Why?
I mean, who's doing it?
If Mike Tyson says, let's do this, are you down?
100%.
We're gonna make Mike my girlfriend.
Would you fight Mike Tyson?
Again, no, because he's now old, and I would be an absolutely tragic shame to knock out an old version of his prime self. That doesn't feel fair.
Prime Tyson would have ripped me apart in boxing matches.
To beat him when he's past his prime is dishonorable, and I feel dirty for doing that. So there's no amount of money on the planet that could do this big fight.
Predictably, the internet has exploded with reactions to this matchup. A recent Twitter poll revealed that 65% of fans are backing Andrei Tate, while 35% are rooting for Jake Paul. TikTok is flooded with memes, fight predictions, and training clips of both fighters. Hashtags like #TatePaul 2025 and #RealBoxingReturns have already amassed over 500 million views, proving once again that the internet thrives on drama. Even celebrities are weighing in. Logan Paul, Jake's older brother, publicly doubted Tate's chances, saying, *Tate's biting off more than he can chew with Jake. Meanwhile, UFC legend Conor McGregor tweeted, *This fight will be a circus, but I'll still watch. Boxing needs entertainment like this. And honestly, he's not wrong.
Obviously, Andrei Tate can fight. He is a hard man. He's in great shape, and he's just got that stubbornness about him where I think he's a right hard.
This fight isn't just about Andrei Tate and Jake Paul. It's about what their clash represents. Traditional boxing purists have long dismissed celebrity matches as cash grabs with no credibility, but fights like this are forcing them to take notice. Like it or not, Celebrity boxing is here to stay, and it's bringing millions of new fans to the sport. A win for Jake Paul could legitimize celebrity boxing, paving the way for more high-profile crossover fights. On the other hand, a win for Andrei Tate could serve as a rallying cry for traditional fighters fed up with influencers invading their turf. Either way, this fight is bigger than the two men involved. It's a cultural moment. The financial stakes are enormous. Early projections suggest the bout could generate over $100 million in pay-per-view revenue, rivaling legendary matchups like Mayweather vs. Pacquiao. With an expected global audience of more than 50 million viewers, it has the potential to become one of the most watched events in boxing history. Love them or hate them, Andrei Tate and Jake Paul know exactly how to draw a crowd.
I actually quite like Jake, and I think he trains really hard.
Yeah.
And I think he's dedicated to the sport, and he's seriously actually a boxer. I don't think he's a YouTuber, I think he's a boxer.
Though not officially confirmed, insiders are buzzing about a potential March 2025 date for the fight, with the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas as the likely venue. And really, where else would this spectacle take place? Vegas is the perfect backdrop: bright lights, big personalities, and even bigger paychecks. It's a marketing dream. Who has the edge? Andrei Tate's experience, knockout power, and psychological warfare make him a dangerous opponent. But Jake Paul's youth, stamina, and relentless work ethic shouldn't be overlooked. If the fight goes the distance, Jake might have the advantage. His training has focused heavily on endurance, and he's proven he can outlast opponents in the ring. But if Tate lands one of his signature power shots early on, it could be lights out for Jake. It's truly anyone's game.
Obviously, Andrei Tate can fight. He is a hard man. He's in great shape, and he's just got that stubbornness about him where I think he's a right hard.
Love them or hate them, Andrei Tate and Jake Paul have captured the world's attention. This fight isn't just about boxing. It's a cultural phenomenon centered around money, pride, and proving who's the bigger alpha. One thing's for sure: when these two step into the ring, the world will be watching. So, who are you betting on? Tate's calculated brutality or Jake's gritty determination? Either way, get ready for one hell of a show. March 2025 can't come soon enough.